Welcome, everyone, and what a game we have for you tonight as we get set to bring you NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Brent Beard. David Aldridge will join us momentarily from the sidelines. Expect more of a methodical pace, Brent, I think, in this one. What do you think?
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. Both of these teams love to run their offense in the half court. They'll slow things down. They'll love the setups. They'll try to manipulate a couple of the plays to get matchups they want. Neither side afraid to take it under 5 seconds on a shot clock, and that patience may pay off.
And the slam, if Rudy gets that ball anywhere near the rim, he is going to finish.
That one goes in.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
Well, he's automatic from the mid-range, and the defense knows that it's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
Here's McDaniels following the basket by Stephen Curry. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Driving to the basket, and he uses the glass on the layup. Curry's got his second bucket of the night.
Swift movements from Curry. The moment that opening was there, he was in it.
Pass to McDaniels. And here's Randall. Timberwolves passing it around. Conley gets the bucket.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable. We're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
It seems likely that the Warriors' title run under Steph Curry, Brent, has probably come to a close.
I'm not going to count Steph Curry out quite yet, Kevin, but you know they have added some quality youngsters. They're trying to grow that group. How fast can they bring those kids along to championship caliber players? That's the big question. They're going to win their share of games. Steph Curry is a brilliant offensive basketball player. The D backs up, and he just shoots that one off the dribble.
Warriors have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Charity stripe shot. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. 9 points for Stephen Curry.
Steph's willing to hurt you from the mid-range. Look, if you're going to be that open, he's going to take the shot.
Pass to McDaniels. And here is Conley. Here is Edwards. Releases from 15. Green with the rebound.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Steve Kerr. What do you have to say?
And we talked about the bruising big man, Julius Randle. He told me Julius sets the tone for them with his physicality. So we have to try and match that. We can't let him bully his way into the lane and get to his spots. We have to make him uncomfortable. Kevin?
Thanks, David.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Here's Curry. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
That's tremendous balance. Steph's ability to keep his composure in that tough situation, work in a tight space, that's impressive.
Now here's Randall over Butler. Randall no good.
Mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
And so Edwards will bring it up for the Timberwolves. 8-point game. Shoots over Podziemski. Edwards no good. And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on a 14-4 run right now. And the shot goes in. 16 points for Stephen Curry.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Curry, and a change for the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker's checked in. Timberwolves trail by 10. Conley with the screen on Heel. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. And the Warriors making a change here. Curry's checked in. Warriors leading by 10. And for such a young player, Brandon Podjemski has a mature game.
Well, Kevin, his intellect out on the floor, I think, is at an elite level. Brandon does such a good job of hovering around the basket to get rebounds. He advances the ball with the pass. He's driving and always looking for angles. So this is an advantage-created player, and Brandon does a great job of that.
Here's Curry. Michael Conley making his last shot, and he comes up with the deuce. Curry's got 20.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there. You got to get up tighter than that. Some players you can give that much room to, but not him.
Curry looking around. Minnesota with the rebound.
I saw a green light there. The D's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
Unloads from 9. Conley's shot is off.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Curry against Conley. Misses the 3. Timberwolves trail by 10. Poked away. Gobert with the bounce pass. Here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
Randall with a great effort there, up and athletic and at the rim.
Curry with it. Now defended by Gobert. Got that bucket in no time at all. 22 points for him.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Here's Curry. Buries the 20-footer. Curry's got 24 points. Here's Randall. Inside. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Really heads up there. A play where you locate the best open pass, and then you get it there for an easy bucket.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Warriors lead by 8. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And we're back with you, all set to bring you more action from Game 3. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Warriors?
Oh, man, how about the mid-range jumper from these guys? It's on tonight, a huge part of their offense so far.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
Here's DiVincenzo. Following the basket by Stephen Curry. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Buries it from three-point range. Edwards got his first 3 points of the game. On its way from Curry for two, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
This is just not a surprise. Steph Curry is having a massive offensive game.
Reed with a screen on heel. Here's Edwards. It's rebounded by Kuminga.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up, and you can't knock it down.
Here's Curry. And another basket for Golden State.
Well, the D has to pressure Curry at all times. You can't let him shake free for a jumper.
DiVincenzo passes to Edwards. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Edwards got 5 points now this quarter. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for Golden State. They are still stinging from the loss on Thursday.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
And you cannot afford to do that when you're in an opponent's building. You got to knock down free throws. That cost them.
Edwards. Second chance shot. Inside, Edwards finishes strong.
Well, you see the size and the strength and that ability inside. Edwards can play like a power forward at times.
Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, improving dialogue between players and officials is a priority. Commissioner Silver says, now with high-fidelity audio, we're all able to hear a lot of what's being said. Now we have to take into account the high-stress environment. But there has to be a two-way sense of respect. I feel it's an area where we can make progress. Kevin?
You know, the commissioner's always looking ahead and looking at every area, which is great for the game. And here is DiVincenzo after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. No good on the shot. Warriors leading by 13. From deep. And another three for Golden State. You know, it used to be teams hoarded their cap space to make a big splash in free agency. But, Brent, why is that less common now?
Well, really, the mechanisms for you to retain and maintain your star power has gotten easier for teams as they have gone out for big extensions to make sure that their star is shining brightest. All those things that Steph does before the game, and you think there's no way he's pulling those off in the game. Guess what? He's pulling them off in the game.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. Edwards looking it over. Out to Miller to end the run. Warriors with the rebound. Outside Curry. Shoots. Miller grabs the miss. Timberwolves trail by 19. And it's Alexander Walker in the corner. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Golden State's gotten out from three-point land in the second quarter, going 4 of 5 from downtown. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. All right, Brent, quick. First thing that comes to your mind when you think of Jonathan Kuminga.
Physicality, Kevin. I mean, this guy is so dominant athletically that Jonathan Kuminga is a presence out on the floor. If he continues to put himself in the situations where he can put his body on guys and play fearlessly, his game is going to continue to grow.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Trace Jackson-Davis. Butler comes in for Jonathan Kuminga. Moses Moody, he's checked in for Gary Payton. And it's Brandon Pajemski in for Heel. And here is Conley after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Conley the pass to DiVincenzo. Lets it go with a three. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
DiVincenzo saying, I got that too.
Curry fires from way outside. And another three for Golden State.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
And finished off by Gobert.
Well, Randall, when he has the ball in his hands, aware that there might be an open teammate, that time he found him.
Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession. .59 seconds left in the first half. And Randall throws it down.
Well, for a bigger guy, Randall really has some tricky handle, and he'll throw off the defense.
Can he keep it going? And again!
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Out to the right wing. Here's Randall. Back to Conley. Timberwolves passing it around. Randall no good.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
They get the rebound. Pass to Pajemski. Butler on the way. Now, here's Moody. And there's the foul. It'll go on Moses Moody. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Timberwolves trail by 20. Conley with a wide open look. Off target from three-point range. Pajemski with it. Over Conley. God, what a play!
That is fun to watch. Lets it go at the very last second.
Oh, man, that's got to be frustrating for the defense, too. You just give up momentum like that at the end of the quarter.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Warriors ahead, just dominating this one. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot draw. They're thinking about the shot. One more time, a round of applause for the participants.
And we thank you for joining this postseason broadcast, and it's been an outstanding first half for the Golden State Warriors.
They've been great on the boards. Once these guys establish the position, it's hard to root them out, yeah, Shaq.
Tough physical approach. We'll see if adjustments are made on the other side to try and counter that. That's what you were going to say, wasn't it, Shaq?
Yeah, I was asleep. I'm sorry, Ernie.
Looking at the series breakdown for the Warriors. Fellas, at this point in the series, what are you seeing from them?
They have been all business, showed up prepared, made the right moves, and gotten it done.
You can see it in their eyes, man. You know they're the better team out there tonight, and they see it. They're letting everyone else know it too.
Yeah, continuing to make a statement here, that's for sure. And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Curry has been sensational.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
And you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Warriors leading by 22. In the corner, Moody with it. Shoots over McDaniel. Misses off the right iron. The Timberwolves shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Edwards, that's good.
An agile move off the contact by Edwards, getting to his shot despite the difficult defense.
It's Curry outside. Minnesota with the rebound.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
I'll tell you, you give Conley the ball and trust him to make the right decision.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Warriors leading by 17. Here's Curry. Rebound, Minnesota. Gobert's got 4 rebounds now tonight. McDaniels passes to Conley. And it's off from three-point range. And here's Curry, who brings it up for Golden State. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Good on the shot.
And so far tonight, he's been the game's leading scorer. He's got into a groove, and no one's found a way to get him out of it.
Conley with the 3. Not going to go that time. The Warriors have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Here's Curry. And another one falls.
And how about the night he's had? That score now ties him for the single-game playoff high for this team.
He has been nothing short of amazing tonight, right? A legendary playoff performance from him. Here's Edwards, and Edwards slams it in.
Flying high, Anthony Edwards, ladies and gents, cleared for takeoff.
Outside Curry. Over Conley. And yep, another basket.
I mean, when have you seen a player get this hot in a playoff game?
I don't know, G. I know this, though. He now ranks 3rd all-time for single-game scoring in the postseason. Simply stunning.
And he's not far off from Baylor and Jordan. Can he keep it going?
Now, here's Butler, following the miss by Michael Conley. And good! He hits it again. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Conley against Curry. Knocked loose. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Mike Conley's leadership is huge for the Wolves. Rudy Gobert says his presence on the court, but especially in the locker room, is invaluable. Coach Chris Finch said he's given us everything and more. Conley says to have this kind of trust from everyone is why I'm here. This is what I'm supposed to do. Kevin?
He is a class act. David Bank. Good. That's another bucket.
His offensive excellence continues to be on full display.
Greg, he has now moved into 2nd all-time for scoring in a playoff game.
He's passed Elgin Baylor. Now his sights set on the great Michael Jordan.
Lets it go. Moody finds Curry over Conley. Good. He hits again.
And he set a new all-time record for single-game scoring in the playoffs.
I mean, what a night to remember. And for those of us who are lucky enough to witness it, I'm sure we will never forget this.
And Michael Jordan, the GOAT, holding that top spot for decades, to now witness someone break his record. I mean, this is crazy.
Different look here for the Warriors. Trace Jackson-Davis is checked in for Green. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Butler. Gary Payton is checked in for Moody. And Hield subbed in for Brandon Pajemski. And a change for the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker's checked in. And here's Edwards from the arc. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
It's simple, guys. Keep getting Edwards the ball and just let Ant cook.
It's Curry out and again for 3.
And he is scorching hot right now. He could be on his way to setting a franchise postseason record with his shooting.
He's caught fire at the right time for this team. stepped up big in the postseason for him.
Two teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
1:36 left to play in the third. On its way from Curry for two. Great look there, but off target.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
Warriors have gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds. Some changes for Minnesota. Reed, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Clark comes in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Here's Alexander Walker, covered by Hield. And 1:01 left to play here in the third. Alexander Walker passes to Randall. Another miss by Minnesota. Golden State's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Again, what an avalanche!
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Reed with a screen on Hield. Another miss by Minnesota.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
He got it again. Sensational. 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
12 seconds left in the third quarter. To the inside, Randall. And Randall throws it down.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
It's Curry outside, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Golden State Warriors in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here